I'm Alex Camarena from Silent Planet, and you're watching HeartSupport.
Perspective, we shall be directives. Finally killing for our dogma until our sons eat in the garden.
I grew up a pastor's kid. I grew up in church. Both of my parents were pastors. My dad was the worship pastor, so he was always leading worship, and I was always playing drums for him. And when I was about 13, maybe 12, 13, around there, he came out that he was having like an affair for a long time. Well, I mean, I was broken. I very vividly remember like hearing him talk about it on stage at the church, like talking about how he's resigning, he's stepping down because of what he's done and stuff. And I remember like walking out and just like crying. And I very vividly remember like my now brother-in-law, at the time he was just my sister's boyfriend, like he came out and he hugged me, and it was just a whole lot of emotions, from like anger to like just sadness. Like it's like seeing like your superhero dude like just find out that he's, you know, like a scumbag or something, like some dude in your life that's supposed to be, you know, like the epitome of what you want to be in life, and you find out he does this really dumb and sketchy thing type of thing. Before my dad became a Christian, he was very much like a drug dealer, and like a pretty notorious one down in like Mexico and stuff like that. Around this time he had an affair, and he kind of relapsed back into like drugs. He was kind of around, but more so just kind of abandoned us, like would leave for months at a time or like weeks, and we wouldn't hear from him or anything. It was just kind of like cool. Like we would get random people saying like, "Oh, I saw your dad like out and about," like, and it's just like, "Oh, well, that's cool." Like, I haven't seen him in a while, so. I mean, and it's still something I struggle with today, but yeah, it kind of spiraled me into like a very deep depression, because I was very much so a daddy's boy, like 200%. My dad was the only other like dedicated musician in my band, and my mom never really was stoked on the whole music thing, so she was never super supportive of it. Seeing all that unravel kind of destroyed me in a sense, because it's like my dad, the dude I've looked up to, like the only dude that supports me in like what I want to do in life, and like seeing this person that made you, you know, biologically, like your father, the person that's supposed to love you the most, like just choose like drugs than another woman, and he'd rather be homeless than be around you type of thing. Like those are the things that like was running through my head, and they still run through my head. Like I rarely see my dad. Like I saw him right before this tour for the first time in a long time, and so it's like one of those things where it just like every so often I just like randomly think about it, and I just like, it sucks, you know. Still love the guy, like everybody has problems, but yeah, it sucks. A few years later, I met a good friend of mine. His name is Sean Smith. He saw all those problems with my dad, and so yeah, he kind of took me in and mentored me. And if it wasn't for him, I think I don't think I'd be around, or at least I'd be in a very bad place. So it came down to Sean. Like he really believes in like community. That to me is everything. Like your close group of friends. Like even, yeah, I still have family members, but like all my best friends are like, I don't think I would be where I am without them. Like we're all broken people. We all have problems. Nobody's perfect. Like, so I mean, to me, like being around them is what like kind of made me like realize, oh, you know, we all are in this together. Like it's all about community. Like if you say you don't have friends, just like, well, just like go to a local church, talk to some people. Like there's always people, come to one of our shows. Like we would love to talk to you, like type of thing. Like we're all in this together. Like nobody's alone. Nobody's alone.